Hi, One Best Fair Videos. I'm Peter Loshak. Today is Tuesday, February 9th. Sitting next to me is Mike Brenner. This is our daily NBA show. Mike Brenner, an interesting day on the NBA card last night, right? Turned out that Toronto was not a trap.
Not at all.
Easy call.
I know.
But it was scary. The line was low.
I know it. Something about it just scared me off.
Well, because the line didn't make sense. Yeah. And then the Minnesota game seemed like a good play to me. Seemed like a good play. They got blown the F out. What happened there? You sort of felt that one coming, though.
I did. I felt it coming, but still, I mean, I didn't think it would be, so drastic like that.
So in general, you think that the Pelicans are pretty quality team that you're looking to bet on in spots, or what?
Yeah, and I think it's going to get better in the second half. Anthony Davis had some positive things to say about the help he got off the bench. Ryan Anderson finally got off his ass and contributed. Drew Holiday's contributed.
Yeah.
So second half, that might be a nice team to ride along with. But
and then you have a great read on the Cavs. You continue to have a great read on the Cavs going forward. Do you expect them to be good ATS and to maybe continue to go over, or what?
As far as halves and over, yes. Full games, I don't know. It's hard to predict that, but I like what they're doing for me on the halves. They covered that half easily last night.
They covered the over as well. They didn't cover the first half over. I'm telling you, Mike Brenner, I'm snake bit. I didn't take the over on that game. They covered it, but I took the first half. They didn't cover. I passed on Toronto, but I took Minnesota.
And I could have swore that you had Oklahoma City, because if anybody doesn't know, Pete and I spend no time together before we film this. Literally, we don't. So, but it's all good. Guess what? We get up, we brush our knees off, we move forward, we move these numbers up tonight, because I'm feeling it. I'm feeling.
You are really. You're feeling it.
I'm feeling it. I think I'm getting ready to go on a nice run. Yeah.
Really? All right. Well, let's get to it then. We got 5 games tonight. A short card, an interesting card. I made a couple of bets. Let's get to the first game that I did make a bet on. Let's get your take on Houston and Golden State. Woo! Right now, these games are having totals in the stratosphere. Right. The OKC game had a total over 230.
Yeah.
It went under. The first half went over, though. The game before that, though, was against Washington. That had a closing total of 227. That game went way over into the 250s. I took the first half over 118 on this one. I think probably the full game goes over, but I'm a little bit spooked by what happened again in the OKC game. Do you have anything to say about the Golden State game? It's a 14-point spread.
Well, I like your pick, because I think Houston's going to want to come out early if they're going to try to keep up with this team. And obviously this team comes out firing on all cylinders. Right. So I like that play. And James Harden, he's going through the hand issue, the Khloe Kardashian issue, whatever. I mean, it's just a lot of drama that way. And Houston, we've talked about it all year, Pete. This is just up and down. We don't know who's going to show up. I was looking at the first half line with Golden State, but a little bit too high for my comfort, so I'm just going to sit out on that one. But
all right, it's creeping up there, though. And then another game that I bet on, this might be the game that you wind up having your play on, is the Spurs in Miami, right? Now, the Spurs are just, like I said, we said this at the beginning of the year, right? Just in general, you want to bet on the Spurs in all situations. If you had done that, you're making money. And here, Miami, a team that can get wins here and there, can get covers here and there, but like they lost at home to Dallas recently, and the spread is not that high. It's open 6 or 6.5. Now it's up to 7. I did take a small shot with the Spurs on the overnight at -7.
Is that a nibble or a bite?
No, it was actually pretty modest. I'm still feeling it out. I'm not exactly sure what I think about it. And I also took a shot with the under. I'm a little bit surprised by how high the total is. We know that Miami's a massive undertrender, and we know that the Spurs, they're starting the rodeo road trip. So
another thing, keep in mind, all right, it's getting real close to All-Star time. These guys might start slowing down a bit, ready for that break. So you might be onto something there.
I bet the under at 194. It's now 193.5 market wide. Although Heritage is hanging 194, which is not a great sign. Bet Chris hanging 192.5. Is that where your pick today comes
Actually,
from?
well, the Spurs are part of my pick. I'm doing a 2-team teaser. I'm 6-3 on the teasers. I like the Spurs. It was -7 when I grabbed it with the 4-point adjustment. I got the Spurs -3, and then my other team to couple that off is the Boston Celtics, who have been playing really good ball lately. They're at Milwaukee, who's just up and down, have some injury issues. It's -4.5, so obviously after the adjustment, I'll get it at -0.5.
Yes.
So Spurs -3, Celtics -0.5 point. I love that for a 2-team team.
Man, I kind of like that one, Mike Brenner.
Yeah, you can't ride that one.
No, I won't. I'm not going to start that shit again. But Boston, a team that in general is not Spurs-esque, but they're the kind of team that I'm looking to play on. They've covered 8 out of their last 10. They've got a good constitution, and they're a little undervalued. Yeah, and Milwaukee Milwaukee, got a cover in their last game, but before that had lost 6 out of 7.
Saw that.
A team with some talent, but not the kind of team I want to be betting on right now. And the Spurs, we know this. Man, Mike Brenner.
And Duncan's not playing, but that doesn't
Yeah,
matter.
no,
They
of course
decided to
not.
rest him till after the All-Star break.
That's a nice
no-brainer.
teaser, right? That's a nice teaser right there. Is that your only pick for today's card?
No, I got one other play.
Really?
I
No
sure
shit,
do.
Mike Brenner. All right, let's hear it.
Okay, the other one, I'm going with a full game. I got no first half today. A full game, Dallas Mavericks -2 versus
really?
Utah.
Okay,
and I
let's
love
hear it.
Utah. I'm a big Utah fan.
Yeah,
but
and I'll tell
coming-
you one thing quickly before you go.
Yeah, please.
My other bet on the overnight lines was Utah +1.5, but I might hedge out. Let's hear what you have to say about it.
I
Yeah.
like Dallas right now. They're coming off of a big win. They're at home. They've had 2 days off.
Right.
It's their last game before the All-Star break. So they're going to want to put a nice show on for the fans before they go. And we all know that before the All-Star break, getting that win, it bodes well for momentum coming into the second half of the season. They're healthy. Chandler Parsons is finally starting to earn a paycheck. Had a great game last time out. So I think they're just going to go off of energy. And Utah being good, I like it. The game is -2. I think it'll be a 4 or 5 point game, but I think Dallas is coming out on top.
Well, why don't we give you 1.5, which is at Heritage right now? I've got SBRodds.com right here on the tablet.
I'll
and
take that
you got
because
a
I'd
line
be a
shot?
fool not to take an extra half a point from
Absolutely.
the bookie.
It's a freebie.
Yep. Mavs -1.5 on the game is my second pick, and I'm feeling a 2-0 night.
At Heritage. I'm not going to say I disagree with you. Dallas, of course, 16-9 against the spread at home.
I know
16-9. I was thinking that Utah, because Utah, as we've discussed in the show before, a team that we kind of like, that we're kind of high on. They know they haven't done well at Dallas recently, and Dallas, I'm thinking maybe they're a little bit sluggish, and maybe that.
Again, and I normally, because I'm not big on betting Dallas because of the inconsistency,
right.
but I like the fact they know it's the last game before the break. They're coming off a 2 days rest. I think they're going to want to just put it on, put a show on for the fans. And Trey Burke is out for Utah.
Okay.
Absolutely. I had to look at that too.
There you go.
Yeah. How about you? What are you looking at?
All right. Well, I told you the 2 bets that I'm looking at before we get to my picks. So let's talk about one other game.
Okay.
Coaching change for the Knicks, right?
Yes.
Coaching change for the Knicks. They're 1 point.
Fisher out, Rambis in, and
Does that make a difference? Probably not, right?
No,
Maybe for one game it makes a difference. Tonight they're a 1 point favorite against Washington. Washington, of course, a head case team. They could easily get blown out by 25. They could easily win
Very
on the
well
road by
said.
25.
Head case team.
And so normally we kind of want to look to betting on bad teams that have coaching changes, but in this case maybe we don't. What do you think?
Yeah, no, I'm staying away from it. Again, you just don't know who's going to show up, and these guys
For either team.
And I don't think the players dislike Derek Fisher, and I don't know how Kurt Rambis is going to change them dynamics. I've already heard of some possible coach. I've heard they've reached out to Luke Walton, but he said he's not even interested in any job until after the season. But I don't know. It's just hard to tell with that deal. And you got the owner of the Knicks. He's going on tour with Jewel, by the way. Opening up, he's the opening act for Jewel. I swear to God, James Dolan. Yeah.
All right. So, what should I do? Should I give Houston Golden State first half under or over or Miami Spurs under? Which would you personally prefer?
He loves trying to put me in these spots.
I just feel like the Golden State one is a trap because the first game went so highly over the first half line, and then you come back here and all of a sudden you're expecting a super high scoring game. The first half goes like 96, and everyone's like, "What happened?" Yeah. But that's the way the NBA is, right?
Yeah, it is, and. Sometimes NBA stands for never bet again, but
right.
not today. We're going to hit it. I like what you were saying on the first one with the
with Miami.
Exact. No. The over on the first half.
Maybe I'll just
with
get
Golden
both.
State.
Maybe I'll just get both.
Get both. Come on.
All right, fine. I'll just get both of them. First half over. Houston Golden State. That's 118 right now.
Okay.
And I'll give the under Spurs Miami 194. That's what I bet it at right now. It's a 193 market wide. Some play at half market wide. Some have 194. Heritage in particular has 194. Under 194 in Spurs Miami.
Okay, let's feel it. You feeling it tonight?
Not really.
No, come on.
Not at all. I'm feeling very nervous. I'll tell you what I am feeling. I'm feeling 16 and 18 for tomorrow morning
I'm
right
not
now.
going to buy that shit either. Okay.
But I'm feeling for you, Mike Brenner,
Yeah,
at the very least 1-1, and I'm feeling 2-0 for you. I like both of your picks.
I like this tonight. I'm not saying that trying to be cocky or overconfident. I just have a good feel that I think it's a good, valuable spot.
All right, Mike Brenner, great show. We'll be back tomorrow for the Wednesday.
All right, thanks, Pete.